Good afternoon, Raider Nation. I want to welcome you to the live broadcast of Lady Raider softball on this balmy Thursday afternoon as your Lady Raiders take on a region foe, the Toombs County Lady Bulldogs. And it is senior night for our lonesome senior, just one. Katie Johnson will be honoring here in just a few moments. I'm going to try to let you join in and be a part of that as they, again, honor her on the field. I'll let you listen in from our field announcer to get the details on her and her accomplishments as they, again, honor her tonight. So gameplay will start a little bit after 5:30. But, again, I want to welcome you. My name is Brent Johnson. I'm the instructor in the Engineering and Technology Department at Bacon County High School, where I teach the engineering pathway as well as supervise the Technology Student Association as well as the student broadcasting program, of which you'll see tonight.
Now for your starting lineup of the Toombs County Bulldogs. Number 16, Arlie Godin. 27, Riley Lumley. Number 10, Nora Grace Mercer. Number 15, Zaya Griffin. Number 24, Shay Stinger. Number 31, Casey Cantwell. Number 8, Cassidy Brantley. Number 25, Brindley Miller. Number 13, Alexis Hart. Number 1, Krista Cantwell. Number 3, Emma Salter. Number 6, Morgan Kersley. Number 7, Alexa Linford. And number 18, Aniston Powell. Now for your Bacon County starting lineup. Number 7, Ava Connor. Number 5, Riley Andrews. Number 6, Katie Johnson. Number 15, Button Holton. Number 3, Harley Hand. Number 12, Santana Green. Number 20, Chloe Pless. Number 2, Anna Kate Hollingsworth. Number 1, Alexa Kirkland. Number 19, Jess Cartledge. Number 4, Amzie Armingold. Number 16, Brooklyn Bowles. Number 17, Lily Smith. And number 18, Allie Metters. Please stand for the national anthem.
And there we have it, the lineups and the national anthem. We're getting ready to play ball. And I'm going to quickly run down. Chloe Pless is going to be on the mound for the Lady Raiders. Catching is Jess Cartledge. And then around the horn, first base is Haley Hand. Second base, Katie Johnson, that lone senior. Shortstop is Ava Connor. And third base is Alexis Kirkland. And from left to right in the outfield is Riley Andrews. Center field, Santana Green. And in right field, Anna Kate Hollingsworth. All right, here we go. About to get things started here as Toombs County Lady Bulldogs come to the plate. Arlie Gooden, designated player, is going to lead off, followed by Lumley. I want to thank our 2020 21-22 athletic school year title sponsors. That's Coley's Electric and Plumbing Supply, Family Vision Care, Andy Cawthon Auto Sales, and Burt CPAs. Ball slap foul. And again, I'm glad you joined us, so you can kind of skip back into, if you choose to, one of the first times, only a handful of times we've ever simultaneously broadcasted two different sports in one afternoon. We have middle school football going on over in the other stadium. I got my AI cameras working there as they will be following the action. The score bug is going to work a little differently, and I'll try to update that score manually. As the game progresses, I'll have to get some updates myself. But we got a brand new scoreboard system over there, and I got to get that tied in, so things will work out. But yeah, so you can tune into some middle school football. I think they're in the second quarter over there. The score's still tied. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Another ball off the handle there. Be a routine play. Nice play there by the shortstop. Connors fires it over to Hand for the first out of the inning. Toombs Lady Bulldogs come in at 7-5 overall, 3-3 in region play, and your Lady Raiders are 6-4-1 and 3-2-1 in region play. I'm gonna have to get some clarification on that tie there, being a region game. I'm not sure exactly why or how that ended up being that way. A little C&I single there for the second batter of the inning, and that is Lumley. Okay, I was just told it, and that Tuesday, they had a Tuesday game against East Lawrence. 4th inning was tied 1-1, and it was a weather cancellation. And I guess it was agreed upon with the coaches to be a tie. I thought we had to go through 5 innings for it to be an actual game, but maybe the rules are a little different with softball. But that was clarified by the PA announcer here. Runners at first, 1 out here. Senior night, and there's going to be a stolen base. Ball is popped up. No, it could be trouble again. Shortstop makes a fantastic play to end the inning. What a nice running catch there by Connors, the shortstop. And again, that'll end the inning. We'll be going to the bottom of the first. Lady Raiders will be up. We'll take a quick break and be back in just a second. Bottom of the first. Connor's going to lead off for the Raiders, followed by Riley Andrews Jr. and in the hole, Katie Johnson. Last time we've met Toombs was over on their turf. Raiders got off to a big lead and then allowed Toombs to creep back in, tie it up. But the Raiders were able to extend that lead back. I think it was something like 15-7, final 15-6, 12-6, somewhere right in there. So base hit, left center. Solid hit by the freshman. If you're just joining us for Lady Raiders softball, we have a 4 freshmen, 5 freshmen, 2 sophomores, 2 juniors, and a senior. I don't know if that adds up to 9 or not. Good pitch right down the pipe. Again, this is Riley at the plate. A lot of pop in her bat, high and away. So they'll be pitching around her a little bit. Lady Raiders were defeated yesterday by Jeff Davis Yellow Jackets. I believe that score was 9-4. Swing and a miss on that outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. My young man that has volunteered to help broadcast this year is not with us today. He's helped celebrate his brother's birthday. Couldn't be with us, so I'm on the computer. And I was able to talk Coach Sky Keck into coming back. It was very difficult. He just didn't have a good time picking on me last week. It was just hard for him to drag himself back up here to get on the horn. But we're fixing to plug him in and see what he's been up to. His ball has hit a foul ball off her foot. Oh boy, right off the top of her foot. That always hurts a little bit. Again, I'll take this moment to recognize one of our title sponsors for this athletic school year. That's Coley's Electric and Plumbing Supply. Miss Lisa Coley never hesitates to support any and all things Bacon County Red Raider, and that's from all these sponsors. I can say the same thing. Our community does such a fantastic job of supporting our kids, our youth, from the rec league all the way through varsity level sports, and it's just amazing financially, specifically, how they're able to keep up year round with summer, spring, winter, and fall sports. And I think I just went all out of sorts there. Summer, spring, maybe fall, winter, spring, summer. Maybe that should be it. But yeah, just want to thank Miss Lisa Coley and Co's Electric and Plumbing Supply. I know here just recently I saw my daughter selling some gun raffle tickets for the FFA. I'll give them a plug. Big gun raffle the first week or two in December. They're selling tickets right now, and Coley Electric is sponsoring that. This ball is hit deep to right center field. It's trouble. I'm not sure if we'll be able to. Yeah, didn't quite have the speed there to push her home, but a big double there by Riley after. I think she's still struggling a little bit with her foot. It's like she's favoring it just a little bit there. She was, again, hit by that pitch or fouled it off on herself. Trouble. Everybody's going to be safe. Yeah, what a great play, a bunt by Katie Johnson. So we have a run in, only one out. I'm pretty sure she was safe. He called her. He did call her out. I could have swore I saw him go this way. He must have punched her out. Okay, so there's one out. RBI goes to Katie. So that'd be a sack for her. You're live. Coach Keck is with us.
Yes, sir. I'm glad to be here. Back at it again.
Runners at third. Button at the plate. Button Holton. And she slaps it right. Staying alive. No balls. 2 strikes, 1 out here. Runner at third. One to nothing early. And we jumped on them early over in Toombs County a couple weeks ago. High and tight. Another ball high and tight on the freshman.
That's a sophomore.
Sophomore, sorry. Thank you. Help me out here. So Button's a sophomore. Hand is a sophomore. Green is a junior. Pless is a freshman. Anna Kate's a sophomore. Kirkland.
Freshman.
Cartledge.
Freshman.
I'm going to turn it over to you. My paw's calling me. I got to take the call.
I'll take it from here. Oh, that ball is going to be hit in the center field. Oh, over the center fielder's head. We're going to get one run in. Button's going to make her way to second base. It looks like she'll have a stand-up double on the play. And the Raiders are out to a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. I believe Toombs County is going to have another mound visit.
She smoked that ball.
You know, that's every coach's nightmare when you see your outfielder kind of just get stuck out there like a deer in the headlights. And
well, did she not take one step forward? That's usually a bad indicator of any outfielder. When your first step is forward, I was always coached, if you're going to move at all, take a step back just to prepare yourself.
Yeah, we teach first step back on day one.
Pretty smart coaches then.
Hey, we try, man. We try.
2-0, only one out. Runners at second base, and that is Button. And we have Haley Hand at the plate, followed by Santana Green, and Pless is getting ready. Connor, she's a freshman. Riley's a junior, and Katie is a senior. One ball, one strike, one out. Again, I will not be posting balls and strikes on the score bug. I'll try to keep you updated as if you were listening to it on the radio.
The score.
I will keep up with the score, though.
Yeah, man. I tell you, where would you be without me?
I don't know. I'd have a little more money in my pocket from not going to play golf so much this summer.
I mean, that's not a bad thing, though.
Hey. Ball was chopped back to the pitcher. It's going to advance the runner. Just a nice little sacrifice play there. Probably not exactly what she was trying to get a base hit, but we'll take a sack there.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a productive out right there.
Still just 2 outs now. Brings Santana to the plate. Again, if you're just joining us, your Lady Raiders are hosting the Bulldogs from Toombs County. And a reach, ball slapped to the right side,
the right field line
and
there.
it's all the way. Santana's got plenty of speed. It's going to be a stand-up triple for her. Runner scores. I tell you what, that was a nice throw-in from the right fielder and a good cut there and a nice throw to third. But anybody else, they might have gotten them out. But Santana has a lot of speed. Triple for her.
Speed kills. You cannot teach speed.
So this inning we have had a single, 2 doubles, and a triple, and we lead 3-0. Let me update that score quickly. It's going to bring Pless to the plate. The pitcher trying to help herself. Base hit, scores another. Zero tie halftime at the middle school game over at the football stadium.
First game with a new Jumbotron, right?
Yeah, they're trying it out over there. It's pretty impressive. It really is. I was out there during my planning period helping with a little bit of audio issues up in the press box, and it's a lot of things you can do with it. And it's not just about football either. I know there's the football boosters, I think, that help kind of put that together, but we have a pretty good boys soccer team that we'll utilize it for in the winter and spring. The girls soccer team as well, and then with obviously middle school football, JV football. Should be able to shoot a live feed there for graduation, so everybody can see in that manner. Just a lot of different things we can utilize it for. Ball's hit sharply back to the pitcher. Should be easy peasy. It's going to end the inning, but the Raiders rack up 3 runs here. Bottom of the first. We're going to head to the top of the second. Again, your Raiders lead 3-0. We're going to take a quick break and be back in just a moment. All right, we're back here in the top of the second inning. A little cushion for the Raiders as we move forward in the game. This ball could be trouble. Left center, little hesitation there by the left fielder. But it was a base hit all the way, I believe. She had it really stretched out to snag that one.
Those are the kind of hits that, as a pitcher, they sort of drive you crazy because it's not really hard contact. It's just a soft little flare.
Yep, the little C&I singles is what I call them.
And you know you made a good pitch, but you don't get rewarded for it.
Yep. I believe, let me see if I can get a number here. I think this is Cantwell. 31 Cantwell to the plate. So Stinger just got the base hit. So Cantwell comes to the plate. 0, no balls, 1 strike here. No outs. Again, top of the second inning. And runner will advance as the ball squirts away from the catcher. Again, freshman pitcher and catcher for the Lady Raiders. The last game we broadcasted, we were here with Vide, and, man, we had every opportunity to win that game. Plus pitched well enough to get it. We had a few errors. There's a good stop by the senior Johnson. It's going to be a sacrifice for Cantwell. Brings Brantley to the plate, number 8. Good pitch on that outside corner. Got her to chase it. Another pitch on the high and outside.
I like a good little off-speed pitch right there.
I think what do? You come back inside here or you go stay outside?
It's a case-by-case basis. if you've got tendencies on your batter and tendencies on your pitcher.
Oh, nasty hop there. Second baseman couldn't get in front of it. It did take an awkward hop. Went back outside, tried to, just got too much of the plate there. She drove it to that side of the field.
Sometimes you can show the batter something one too many times.
That's going to be a base hit I'm going to give her there. And that is an RBI single. Score 3-1 now. Good pitch. That looked like a little slurve there. Had some movement. No balls, one strike, one out here. Top of the second. Another ball high, just a little bit out of the zone. Another ball high in the zone. 2 balls, 1 strike. So you got your ears lowered this afternoon. Is that what you're telling me, Coach?
Is that like an old joke or something? Because I'm pretty sure people from my generation do not say stuff like that. You know, maybe our viewers that are over the age of 95 like you are might understand that one.
Ray Taylor's going to laugh at that if he's watching this afternoon. Foul ball there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Need a pop up or strikeout here, ideally.
Well, geez, Brent, what team are you a fan of? I can't tell. Oh.
Careful, that down that right field line. Folks at home, if you can if you can tell that excuse me, hopefully you can tell there's a little difference in the clarity on today's broadcast. I've had the capability for a couple years now, but I'm broadcasting in 720 HD. I typically don't do it. I definitely don't do it at away games, but we don't have quite the viewership with softball as say we would football, and folks from home sometimes have had some difficulty viewing the high-definition broadcast. We average about 50 to 60 folks watching softball, and we may average about 250 to 300 folks watching football. But typically we're broadcasting, this ball is bunted, sacrifice there to second base. Brings Hart to the plate. Normally we're broadcasting in a 640 by 360, which the bigger the screen. If you're watching it on your big screen TV, it's going to look a little grainy. You watch it on your computer screen, it's going to look okay. Watch it on your phone, it's going to look really crisp because of that smaller resolution. So the smaller the screen, the crisper it will look. The bigger the screen, again, it will look a little more pixelated. But with the 720, it should look pretty good on all 3 of those devices. Because most of your big screen TVs are high definition, at least a 720, possibly a 1080. But it does take a little bit more bandwidth.
Oh, make that play. And
that's going to be the third out in the inning and the threat, 3-1, as we head to the bottom of the second. But just to add a couple more things about that high definition stuff, it can be difficult sometimes at home. Could be a little more load on your internet or your broadband feed. So we're going to stay in today's broadcast of high def. So if you have my number or a way to reach me, if you can tell a difference, if it looks pretty good, if you're struggling to if it's pausing here and there or timing out a little bit or whatever, let me know that as well. I can't really tweak anything other than just next time we'll go back to that lowered more standard definition broadcast. We're going to take another quick break and be back here in just a moment. Bottom of the second inning, 3-1. Lady Raiders lead the Toombs County Lady Bulldogs. This ball is slapped out of play. This is Hollingsworth. Her first at bat. Long blonde hair, so I definitely can pick her out of a crowd.
I don't know. Her and Lacey Kirkland kind of look similar if you're standing up here.
I tell them apart by their numbers.
I mean, I would hope so.
Decent crowd. Toombs is a little fewer folks here than I would maybe anticipate. Of course, they could be driving over from getting off work. But Bacon County has a decent crowd as well. There is middle school football going on over at the stadium. Some of that crowd might meander over another couple innings. And
got an error on the first baseman.
wow, she squeezed it, just popped right out of the glove. Hollingsworth can take advantage of this. She has enough speed that she can take the base. It's going to bring Kirkland to the plate, our third baseman. And you're right, they're here very similar in their stature. Maybe the Raiders can take advantage of this mistake. And there's a chop shortstop. Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, she hopped up. That was very close, but she had to leave the bag to catch it. If you couldn't see it there at the distance. Coach has got to come out and discuss it, but it was pretty obvious that she come off the bag to catch the ball. And it's just a matter of, it's just a bang-bang play. But what the ref saw is what we saw, is her come off the bag. He wants him to check with the home plate umpire, and they rarely overturn calls unless it's just extremely obvious to everyone. I'll be surprised if this call doesn't stand. And it could have – I don't think anybody would would you think anybody would necessarily argue either way? It was a horrible call if it went one way or the other, Sky?
I feel like in bang-bang plays like that, you can't really get mad one way or the other. I mean, you're basing it on the umpire. It's not like we have instant replay out here.
Yeah, coach is doing what he's supposed to do. He comes out, and that might give him a call a little bit later down the road on another little closer call like that. You never know, but he's coming out defending his team like he should. But, again, those calls are rarely overturned. So we have runners at first and second, and that would have been another error. Back to the top of the lineup, Ava Connor had a big single, her first at bat. And she shoots this one to right field, and that's deep. Oh, what a great play. We're going to get a tag by both runners. And, ooh. Yes, there's that.
Oh, that dreaded makeup
call. I just said it, too. I'm not sure why she didn't slide. But nonetheless, she's tagged out. But, again, that's probably could be that makeup call. We have a runner at third now with 2 outs. And this is Riley, and who smoked one to left center. And she pops this one up out of play. This might be one of my times where I told you I've been notorious of calling home runs, and I've been surprisingly good at it. I'll just say, it would not surprise me for Riley to hit one over the fence here at this very at bat.
Well, there's plenty of windshields out there from left field to center field for her to pick from. So,
well, when she gets a hold of one, I think it's going to go over those windshields.
As long as it goes over the fence, it doesn't really matter.
That's correct. It's those folks' fault for parking a little too close. Do have some tailgaters, as you can see there out in center field. Most of them are student body. She smokes it right up the middle. Great contact. That's an RBI single. I'll take that. Makes it 4-1 with 2 outs. It's going to bring Katie Johnson. Again, tonight's senior night. They didn't do the hold the bat thing up and give them the flowers. And oh, they do it at the end now. Okay, so it's not before the game, but after the game. This ball is fouled as a runner was like a hit and run there. Base hit to right field. Runner's going to make the turn, and she has no problem getting in as the right fielder fumbles the ball just a little bit.
See, a situation like that is where you really wish your runner would not have got thrown out to second base because you probably would have put another run on the board right there.
Yep. Sometimes, usually those mistakes come back to bite you. 2 outs now. Runners on the corner. Button comes to the plate, and she has a double under her belt with an RBI. And she roped one. She smokes this one to left field. This might be her home run. Oh, just short of the fence. Short hop. It's going to be another double for Button. And probably 2 RBI. She's going to have to get down, and she's going to be called out. Great play. Just a great defensive play there. Nothing wrong with that effort and him sending her home. Just a great throw.
They have made a couple of really good plays in the outfield on relays so far.
With that, we're going to take a quick break. Raiders tack on 2. It's 5-1 as we head to the top of the third. Be back in just a moment. Top of the third, 5-1. Big region game for both teams. About halfway through the schedule. Pless on the mound for the Raiders. And I believe we might be back to the top of the lineup. She grounded out her first at bat. 3 hits for the Lady Bulldogs. First time through the lineup. Outside corner, good pitch. I tell you what, the 2 games that these first few innings here and the the only other game I've seen Pless pitch. I've been really impressed with this freshman.
Well, I could say you could just about say the same about all of these freshmen. I mean, they are very game, to say the least. I mean, they've played a ton of softball, and just having them in class and hearing them talk about softball, I mean, it's not just something they do for fun. It's more of a lifestyle. And so for them to be able to perform at the level they do, not really surprised.
Another good outside pitch there. Off the plate, made her chase it. This ball is it's going to be a fly out to left field there. I know it's just out of the camera's reach there, but Riley makes a routine can of corn play there. Lumley had a base hit her first at bat. 2 southpaws in a row. One ball, no strikes, 1 out. Top of the third. There's a strike. She chases that ball outside. Another strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sort of a throwaway pitch there. And she chases it great, if not.
If not, you've got plenty of time to recover and get the out.
Batter doesn't look real comfortable at the plate. Now, see, that's almost like a bunt to me. You know, they're going to count that as like a slap hit, a slap bunt. But that's I think, and I don't know. You know, I think that should be considered a bunt foul and you're out on a 2 strikes. But obviously that's not the rules. But that's a strike.
That is definitely strike 3.
She's holding her arm like the ball hit her, but I don't think it did. Coach may be asking her. It's going to be 2 outs now. That's the first strikeout of the game. Brings, can't even read my own writing, Mercer. What you got for the third batter?
Third batter, Nora Grace Mercer.
Mercer. I forgot to write the C in there. And that's going to end the inning as another ground out. I think we're going to stay here. Let's talk a little Georgia Bulldog.
All right.
What you think about the game this past weekend?
Well, I'd say the score was not what I expected it to be, especially when you get 2 top 5 teams together. But once you got into the game and started watching a little bit, you could kind of see how it's playing out that way as a defensive slugfest, especially from Georgia's side. I mean, I don't think I've seen a defense that good at the University of Georgia probably in my lifetime. So,
well, you're not very old, but you are correct. I would agree. Definitely, in your lifetime, we have not. Now you know, some people might argue the junkyard dogs of the late 70s, early 80s might compare, but I don't think they can, because I just don't think they was as athletic as these kids that we have, that front 7.
Right.
We knew coming into the season we possibly could have the best front 7 in the country, but I think there's no doubt after that game that we are. And I'm like you, my buddies I was texting back into all week before the game, I said, hey, I think it's going to be 31-27, 34-28, either way, one way or the other. But my goodness, 10-7.
Well, you didn't have an offensive touchdown scored the entire game between two teams that you expect to have really high-powered offenses throughout the season. But in terms of if you're a Georgia fan, you're just pleased to get a win in a big game and have your record stand at 1-0 and move on to the next week.
That's it. That's exactly right.
Whether it's by 1 or 100, you'll take a win any way you can get it.
5-1. Speaking of scores, and we're headed to the top of the third.
Bottom of the third, Brent.
Is it bottom? Well, we batting again?
Yeah, it's the home team bats in the bottom of the inning, Brent. You learn something.
Well, I'm
new.
looking out of the scoreboard, and the scoreboard, I didn't look at the players on the field. I can kind of easily pick that out with the dark breeches, but I was looking at the scoreboard, and it doesn't indicate top or bottom. But, in fact, it is. And Haley Hand's going to lead off. She had to sacrifice her first at bat. And a check swing foul ball brings the count 1-1. Called strike on that inside corner. I thought it was going to hit her.
Yeah, from up here, I thought that hit her in the hip or something.
Yeah. She's right on the plate. Took a little off that pitch. Hits it right back to the pitcher for the first out. It's going to bring Santana Green, followed by Pless. Green had a big triple. Her first at bat. She hits this one right back to the pitcher.
I was about to say it after the previous at bat, but I feel like in these games I've seen, these pitchers have been really good at fielding their position. So now with me saying that, probably on the next attempt, somebody's going to make an error.
Well, hopefully it's their pitcher.
Yeah.
It brings, again, Pless to the plate, Hollingsworth on deck.
That is a good pitch. It looked like it started over the inside corner and ended up on the outside corner.
Ball hit sharply to the third baseman. Smothers it and throws it out. 3 up, 3 down for the Raiders. That's what the Dogs wanted. But we'll take another quick break here between innings, and we'll be back here in just a moment. Top of the fourth. Lady Raiders lead 5-1. I think Griffin comes to the plate. Pop foul almost gets over the net. That didn't hit her either. Boy. Ball is swatted to the third baseman. What a great catch there. It's going to bring Stringer to the plate. She had a base hit her first at bat, followed by Cantwell. It's the third left-handed batter in this lineup. Nice.
Outside corner.
So there's a rumor that JT Daniels might not be starting this weekend for the Dogs. Hadn't been confirmed. Maybe you'd think it would be sometime. And Kirby might be waiting, to make that call simply for.
Well, I think if he doesn't start, these type of situations are the reason you recruit like you do. Next man up, and sometimes your backup is just as good or nearly as good as your starter in some cases.
Yeah,
so.
They just need some game experience. This ball is hammered to right center. Santana strolls back and makes the play. It's 2 outs here in the, top of the fourth. But you got a guy, I think, in the 2 spot, Beck, a kid from Jacksonville with a lot of upside.
There's a lot of good things people say about him, so honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to seeing what he can do.
Well, JT has some type of upper body injury or a pulled muscle somewhere, maybe in a rib cage area type deal there. And it was actually, again, don't know 100%, but for sure about all this information, but sustained the injury prior to last weekend's game at a practice. Ball off the. Ringer out.
Told you.
3 up, 3 down.
These pitchers are good at fielding their position.
Yeah, that was a pretty good play there by the pitcher. We're going to take a quick break. We'll talk a little more Bulldogs, and I may let him talk a little bit about the Braves. I haven't kept up with them much this year.
Well, if this was 3 months ago, there wouldn't be very much to talk about.
Be back in just a moment.
high there on that pitch. At the bottom of the lineup up again. Last time the bottom half came up, we put a few runs on the board. So
yep, this is number 2, Anna Kate Hollingsworth. 5-1. Bottom of the 4th. Ball is hit sharply back up the middle. Another great defensive play there by the Lady Dogs. We'll bring Kirkland to the plate. She reached on an error. And then Ava Connor back to the top of the lineup. Ball low in the zone.
oh. A little nasty off speed right there.
Ball is hit sharply to center field, but another great play there. She drifts back to make the catch. It's going to be 2 outs. Back to the top of the lineup, number 7, Connor. She slaps it toward the second baseman. 3 up, 3 down.
These innings are starting to go quick.
Well, with a 5-1 lead, let's just go for it. Let's get 3 up, 3 down all the way, and we get this quick win and take that region victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stick
We're
around
going to take another quick break. I want to thank our sponsors for the 2021-22 athletic school year. It's Coley's Electric and Plumbing Supply, Family Vision Care, Andy Cawthon Auto Sales, and Burt CPA. We'll be back in just a few moments. Top of the 5th. 1 up, 1 down for our Raiders. Brings Miller to the plate, sacrifice her first at bat, followed by Hart, and then back to the top of the lineup for them.
Gotta say it, Chloe is out there pitching another good game.
Just pouring them in. Not only 1 strikeout, but she's thrown a lot of strikes. A nice little base hit there for the Lady Bulldog. I'll bring Hart to the plate, number 13, I think. Or are we back to the top of the lineup? I think we are.
Well, no, it's 13.
That's Hart? Okay. So there's even more lefties than I thought. Two strikes quickly. Nine outs away. We said earlier, just wrapping up that other inning. It's 3 up, 3 downs. Make a game go by quickly. And there's a good-looking bunt there. She's going to be safe. That's a smart play there by the third baseman.
Really good bunt right there.
Not trying to force it. A lot of times you'll see them try to overthrow, and next thing you know, the ball's in right field, and runner scored, and we got a runner at third.
Yeah, when you get in a hurry, nothing good usually comes of it. That was a laser off the bat right there.
Again, now we're back to the top of the lineup, number 16, Gooden. The 9, 1, and 2 hitters, they look exactly the same at the plate.
I was about to say the same exact thing.
I mean, you'd think they were triplets. They're the way they're really petite athletes. But they're very, very similar in stature, and then they're all southpaws, like the plate anyway. I don't even think there's a college game on tonight. Is NFL? There's an NFL game tonight.
Game 1 of the NFL season is tonight. You've got the Dallas Cowboys playing the defending Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I got some fantasy guys playing tonight.
I do too.
I think I got C.D. Lamb from Dallas, and I think I got a receiver from I forget his name, from Tampa Bay. Is it Robinson the second or
Godwin?
Godwin, maybe it's Godwin. I've got several different receivers, but boy, rung her up on that outside corner. That was a little liberal, but I'll take it. It was probably a ball off the plate, but it was cutting. It was kind of cutting. Where the ball ended was a little further off the plate than where it began, believe it or not. But we'll take the strikeout. It's 2 outs, runner at first and second. This brings up Lumley. She struck out her last at bat. But she did have a base hit her first at bat. And she tries.
Bunted foul.
Tap it down. Rings are up on that
There we
outside
go.
corner. My
same
goodness.
pitch, same result.
Woo, what a pitch.
We will take it every time.
And on that, we'll take another quick break and be back in a moment. We'll talk a little bit of baseball. Ball is ripped to the third baseman. Another great defensive play. We've seen some really good plays, Sky said earlier, from both teams. All right, let's see. That was Riley that had that line drive. Katie Johnson to the plate.
I believe we just had a strike on the inside corner right there.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th.
Got a ground ball to short. Close play at first, but
Good throw. That's a deep throw there from the shortstop. Brings up Button Holton. And she has 2 doubles and 2 RBIs. And she slams this one to the left field. And a can of corn. 3 up, 3 down. Wow.
Just keep on flying by.
Well, let's I was going to confirm to you, I have 2 receivers tonight, Godwin and for Tampa Bay and CeeDee Lamb for Dallas.
I've got Ezekiel Elliott playing tonight, so I hope he really has a big bounce back year.
I was never a fan of Ohio State, so I was not a fan of him when he played. Nothing against him personally. I just don't care for too many teams out of the Big Ten, specifically Ohio State. Let's see. Now that's from my other league, the league that I'm in with you. Let me see what we got. I got Cooper from Dallas. And that's it tonight. So I can get some points from Cooper. So we'll see. But what's Braves doing?
Well, if you watched them the first 3 months of the season, you weren't really watching too much, and you didn't want to watch them too much by their performance. But if you've watched them since the trade deadline at the end of July, they've been one of the better teams in the MLB record-wise. They did go on somewhat of a slide here in the last week, but they regained first place in the division. I believe they're 2.5, 3 games up on the Phillies right now with 3 weeks to go in the season, and they made a few acquisitions at the trade deadline that really turned it around. They went from having guys that hit 230 and couldn't get the ball out of the infield to trading for guys that hit the ball out of the ballpark. Luckily, we don't have a camera up here in our broadcast booth, or you would see Brent actually getting some exercise in for once. And that pitch is going to be a little high and outside. Two one count. That pitch is hit down the left field line. It's going to nearly hit the chalk. Oh, and Riley makes it an extremely close play at second base. Good arm there by Riley.
Who got that hit there? Let me see this number of the batter. All right, that's number 20. Is that 15? So number 10, Mercer, got a double on the left field line. Now Griffin is up, followed by Stringer. Griffin has struggled, grounded out twice. And she's popped up here. Should be a easy out there by the first baseman hand, and she cradles it. Stringer has a base hit and a ground out, followed by Cantwell. Low in the zone. Homecoming next week.
Yeah, it kind of snuck up on me. I didn't realize it was already next week. I mean, we've got a homecoming dress-up week, a homecoming parade on Wednesday, a homecoming pep rally on Friday, and a homecoming football game Friday night. I mean,
and a homecoming dance Friday night.
Yes.
Yeah, it's always it's a fun week for the kids, but man, it's kind of a long, stressful week for the for us teachers. Trying to let the kids have some fun with everything that goes on, but you're also trying to kind of keep them reeled in a little bit. I've tried to plan a lot of activities versus, normal, a little bit of lecture and a little bit of book work, whatever that might be. It consists of. I try to plan some hands-on activities for them to do to kind of keep them busy. During this week, because there's a lot of distractions. They're working on floats and they got a lot of things, just a lot of things going on. But it should be a fun week for the school. So it's a pretty cool tradition. What we do, not a lot of schools do what we do anymore, and to the extent that we still do. Brantley County is, we're playing Brantley County tomorrow night at home. I hadn't mentioned it yet. Along with honoring the Wall of Fame. It's the Wall of Fame game. They're going to be inducting. I'm going to try to call all their names out, and if I miss one more, I do apologize. But Coach Duck Taylor is definitely one of them that's going in, I know for a fact. Bentley Carter. Let's see. Rashid Slade is going in. Mr. Larry Taylor is going in. And there's one more. 3 up, 3 down there. Well, 4 up, 3 down for the Raiders as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Still lead 5-1. That other name is K&L Barbecue. Why can't I think of his first name?
I can't think of it either.
Oh, he's going to kill me. Somebody's going to tell him, too. I can't. Tommy Taylor. Mr. Tommy Taylor, man, what a great personality this guy has. He does a lot for our community as well. Mr. Bentley Carter has been a pillar of our community Mr. Larry Taylor has done a lot for our community. I mean, all these guys, you know, Rasheed Slade, he has had a tremendous career first part of the 2000s as a football player. His son's playing now as a sophomore for the Red Raiders. And my goodness, what influence Coach Duck Taylor had on our community for so many years, on so many young men, as he coached midget football, Pop Warner, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, it's going to be a big night tomorrow night as we celebrate that at halftime, as we induct those into our Wall of Fame, which is a pretty cool thing. If you haven't heard or seen about it, come out tomorrow night, watch it broadcasted live. This ball is slapped down the left field line over the bag, basically.
It'll be a fair ball.
Fair ball for, is that Katie?
That is Haley Hand.
Excuse me. We're further down the lineup. Hand. It'll be a base hit.
And what is it on the Jumbotron? There's, I believe, a 16-minute video of Bacon County highlights.
They're going to start. That's right. They're going to start that video about 15 minutes before the game starts. So somewhere around 7:15, 7:20 on the Jumbo, they're going to play a video of a lot of different clips from throughout the history of Bacon County football, as far back as we've got. Some really early clips. Up until some newer stuff over the course of the last few years. So it's pretty neat to see. This ball's popped up. Should be easy squeezy, and it is. Runner tag's going to be, again, one out now for the Raiders. It's going to bring –
this is going to be
Pless to the plate. We got a
Metters.
Metters is going to pinch hit here. Again, bottom of the 6th inning. 3 more outs, and the Raiders will seal another big region victory. Raiders looking for the 1, 2, or 3 spot, eyeballing that second spot particularly. This ball is hammered in the left center.
That's a good little hit right there.
Man, when you come off the bench like that and you see the first pitch and you just smoke it, I tell you what, that takes a lot of courage to just come out and do that. I mean, that's pretty cool, pretty good to see.
It takes a lot of skill and talent to be able to come off the bench and smack the first pitch you see when it's not like you've been sitting in the dugout hitting live pitching for the last 6 innings.
That's right. Hollingsworth to the plate. She's looking to drive in some runs here. Reached on an error and ground out. Tell you what, they're playing really deep in right field. A lot of space. Oh, she's going to drop one down here. Got to slide there. Got to be a little more aggressive coming into the plate, because when you stand up, you have to slow down. You know, when you slide, you can keep that momentum, keep that speed coming into the bag.
Usually, in my experience, at times umpires seem to make calls based on whether you slid or not, because in their eyes, it takes you a longer time to get to the bag. So, in their case, it's easier for them to see that the ball beat you to the bag.
That's a pretty good theory. I'd go with that. I agree with that.
I mean, trust me.
It's going to be a good play, good defensive play there. It's going to end the inning, but the Raiders are up 5-1. All we need is 3 outs, and we can get this thing over with. And we'll be headed to the house with, a big region victory. We're going to take a quick break here and honor our sponsors. Top of the 7th. Need 3 outs and get this thing over with, and that's close.
I think that's going to be a foul ball there.
And this should be Brantley to the plate.
That's going to be a foul ball out on the right side.
Base hit, ground out, our first 2 at bats. This is their only the 3rd time through the lineup, and we're at the bottom of the lineup here. Actually, a pretty quick game, and it really has. We didn't get started till about 20 minutes till, so we've only been playing about an hour and 20 minutes. Swing and a miss.
It's going to be the first out of the inning right there.
Strikeout. 3rd of the game for Pless. It's going to bring Miller to the plate, followed by Hart. Strike. 2 balls. 1 strike, 1 out, top of the 7th inning, 5-1. Your Lady Raiders lead. Lady Raiders looking to improve to 4-2 and 1 in region play. Good pitch, just didn't bite on it that time. There's a great pitch. Jammed her. Let's see if we can let it. You got to let it go.
Yep.
Got to let it and see if it's going to roll out. That was a, if it wasn't a 4-run lead, it'd be a little worse. But
I believe on that play right there, you kind of get caught in between on thinking you can pick it up and tag the runner or letting it go foul.
You got to think Toombs is going to push the buttons here. See if they can't get a runner over to second real quick. I'm not sure if they got the speed or not there or not. You have to wonder why maybe he's not getting the courtesy runner there. Or
there we go.
1 ball, pitch. 1 strike, 1 out. Hard at the plate. Slaps it.
Foul down the 3rd base side.
I think it was Hart that had a perfect base bunt her last at bat.
That's another foul ball. They always say the last 3 outs are always the hardest ones to get.
Hey, that's hard to argue with.
And another foul ball.
There's a – oh, no. You got to go to first. got to get the shore out. Another fundamental mistake there by the Lady Raiders. Going to make it interesting here in the top of the 7th.
Just said it. The last 3 are always the hardest.
Not worried about that runner scoring. I mean, you can let her run all the way around. You just got to get an out in that situation, and that was the first base.
Then as a pitcher here, you just want to throw it in the strike zone because the batter at the plate could hit one as far as he possibly can, and you're still going to have the lead at the end of it.
Back to the top with Gooden. Ground out, fly out, and a strikeout. Again, Red Raiders will host Brantley County Blue Herons, I think. Is it Blue Herons? The Herons.
Yeah.
I know they're the Herons. Tomorrow night, AAA school out of Region 2.
That's going to be a strikeout on the outside corner right there for the second out.
First time we played in a couple of weeks. Berrien County canceled on us last week due to COVID issues with their school system. They shut down everything. I think they did some distance learning, but all extracurricular activities, which a lot of schools have not done. A lot of schools have stopped doing, in-school education, but they've continued on with extracurricular. They decided not to. And we've struggled with COVID issues the first 2 weeks of the football season. We've just been able to have just enough to keep kind of rolling along, but hopefully have a few more players healthy tomorrow night as we face the Herons, who have a pretty good football team. Got a real good athlete over there, number 10. I don't know his last name, but, man, he's pretty good. This ball's hit back to this. This should end the game, and it will. That's going to be ball game right there. Final with the Lady Raiders. They're going to take the win 5-1 here. Again, a big region victory for the Lady Raiders. They're going to go to 7-4-1 on the season, 4-2-1 in the region play. Toombs County is going to drop to 7-6 and 3-4 in region play. Lady Raiders will play again next week. Got to check out their schedule myself to see what we have on the docket. Again, it's crazy. Homecoming week next week. A bunch of dress-up days for the kids where they really enjoy, have a good time. And parade on next Wednesday afternoon. I think it starts at 5 o'clock. So invite you out to that. And then the homecoming football game will face Tattnall County next Friday night at the Big Red Monster, or whatever you want to call it. We're going to stick around here as part of as they honor the lone senior on our team, Katie Johnson. So we'll continue this broadcast to cover that. And so we're going to take a break until that begins, and we'll be back here in just a moment.